Welcome back. Welcome back to your class with yours truly, your domestic violence counselor, Mr. James Horton. Welcome back to your class with the counselor. I thought I would bring up a topic today of great concern, and I want to start it off by saying this is a test, and this is not a test. This is a very serious thing. They once had a commercial on that said, or a brief thing that used to come on your television that those of you who are very close to 50 or 50 and up, it says, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters in your area shall now be this, this, or this. So it's warning you about things coming over your TV to let you know that this is an emergency about to happen. But this topic today concerns me very greatly, and it's labeled as the Canna crawl and the 420. The Canna crawl and the 420, which is related to our marijuana smoking, related to our habits, our drug habits, related to how we gather and what we're used to doing when we gather and come together as a people, you know, when we come into intimate spaces and intimate moments and things like that. So the 420 was said the last time it took place in San Francisco, California, Golden Gate Park, Hippie Hill. There were said to be over 15,000 in attendance to the the 420, and it was even celebrated around the United States and other places and abroad, but interesting being, all we can think of is the benefit of being able to smoke weed for a lesser product, being able to be around so many loving people of all cultures and just letting all the smoke go up in the air. Very interesting. One of the things it says, but you must be careful with this weed smoking with his partners or groups. It says weed smoking with its partner or with a partner or a group is a violation to the 6-foot rule. It's a violation to the 6-foot rule when you smoke weed. Oh, you say, oh, yeah. Okay, you're not really getting it. I don't think you're getting it. I don't think you're getting it at all. It's a serious violation. But one of the things our doctors and professors and scientists have not said, and I don't know why they don't say it, but you can't always trust who you think you can trust. You can't always trust somebody because they're a high official somewhere in the Department of Government or in state and stuff like that. Now, this governor we have, this Gavin Newsom guy, I mean, I don't trust everybody either, but I like this guy. I almost think he's like part of my family or somewhere down the line, my blood, even though we truly don't look alike. But he's a smooth looking cat too, I'll give him that. So it's interesting, and over 15,000 people, wow. And if you see the filming of it, I didn't go because I don't smoke weed. It's been over 20 plus years since I picked up a joint, since I hit a joint. Now it's not been that long since I've been off other substances, but I'm over the 15-year mark of not using anything. I don't drink alcohol or anything. But I'm saying our normal routine of what's a habit, and we don't even know it's a habit. We have a habit and a routine of coming together. We have a habit of having barbecues together, being in close proximity with each other. And you have to get really close when you're smoking with a partner. You don't realize also that you don't also realize that, like smoking, what they say, Gorilla Glue, smoking Kush, smoking trees. We called marijuana dank. We called it gold weed. We even called it the dirt weed. But any one of these particular groups of weed takes on an intimate space with someone else. They have different levels of space, right? Like I'm a counselor, and I've learned that they have the audience space where I'm on the stage and you all are the audience. So you guys are like further away than I am, as far as being close. So you're in the audience. But then they have another space is called intimate space. Intimate space is close enough to kiss someone, right? Then you got friend space or whatever, just kind of close or business type. She's sitting over there, he's sitting over there, and you're not so close. But when it gets to intimate space, it's close enough to actually kiss somebody, actually hug somebody. That's a different space. Now that space is very, very close to being the same, intimate space that you'll find in smoking weed. Now, one of the other things that they haven't told you, or no one has even thought about, and I've mentioned it to a few people, and they go, in total shock. But the other space is like I'm drinking out of this cup, and then you allow someone else to drink out of the cup. Like you're drinking out of a Hennessy bottle, but yet you think alcohol cleans everything. I don't know who told you that, right? We're not talking about rubbing alcohol. We're talking about putting your mouth on someone else's bottle or cup. And so you must think about this kind of thing. I would like you to think about this kind of thing. Take life serious. When you are smoking some weed, right? And I know this to be true back from 20 plus years back when I was smoking, people wet the weed up with their mouth. Blow it out. All this kind of stuff. Pass it to somebody else. Oh, it's a little too wet. Get the lighter, the match, dry it off, right? But you're passing it. You're passing saliva to this person, that person, that person, that person, right? Everybody in the group can get this thing called corona, right? Everybody in the group can get infected because you're way too close, right? Now, you say, oh, but I got my gloves on, but you don't have a glove on your lips. You don't have a glove on the saliva that's coming out of your mouth. It can pass germs very easily. So if you have a cold or some illness or some virus, that virus can be carried very fast, and no one's told you this yet but me, the counselor. Mark me down as the person who gave you the game. Mark me down, the person who delivered the education to you. Take it serious. Take it serious, all right? Take it serious as it is because it's dangerous. And it's a practice we've been doing to make it very easy to keep doing what we're doing. They have not, out of all places, they have shut down the barbershops, right? I need a haircut. I like staying smooth. At least one haircut a week on mine. And they've gotten pretty expensive, the haircuts, but I still want one. I still would like to sit down and get trimmed up and lined up real good. But they have closed down the businesses, the barbershops, the many car lots. They have shut down the clothing stores, but they haven't shut down the cannabis club. I wonder why. Some would say with some of these worldwide problems that we're having, some would say we have too many people on the earth, right? It's too many people when it comes to filing for retirement, to pay all these people checks because people are living longer than they used to live, and working and working more years. It used to be you can work 20 years and retire and get a full pension. But it's different now. They want you to work more and more years, and more money will have to go out. So we don't really know, right? Some people are to the rich, I would say, in a way. So watch out for your leisure time. Watch out for enjoyment of, everything. Let's just go, girl. Let's just go, homeboy, to the park and just smoke a whole bunch. Let's all group up and have a smoke out because it's 420, and let's just go and do that. And that seems like that's cool. You mellow yourself out. The weed is good, and you gorilla gluing it and all that kind of stuff. With gorilla glue, it sounds dangerous just on the title of the name. But yet, it's a practice that you've been doing. It's not so much what the weed is, right? And what they put in it and how many TL whatevers that's in it, TLC that's in it that gives you that high. But it's the behavior of what you're doing and how you're doing it. It's the weed pipes, right, that you smoking out of. And then the same person, because you only got one weed pipe, so everybody's smoking out of the same weed pipe, loading it up and just passing it around, putting their mouth on somebody else's mouth, right? Then it's the other thing. Let's not forget the other practice that's not as potent as it used to be, but it's still going on. The crack smoking. Right? Smoking crack out of a pipe with somebody else. Taking those big hits where your mouth is draining and draining saliva inside the pipe, passing it to somebody else because it's still dope in it, right? Somebody say, blow me a charge. Blow your charge, right? What kind of charge do you really want, right? I mean, they got some charges, man, like electricity that will kill your behind in a minute, right? So watch out for the behaviors that once take place. This other thing, this crystal, they say, smoking out of very similar pipes as a crack smoker. And he's smoking and she's smoking and they're smoking out of the same pipe and they're sharing the same saliva. And they're asking for it. They're asking for it. The whole behavior in itself is a form of suicide, right? Claiming you're having fun, confusing pain with pleasure, right? It's pleasurable for a minute, but it's very painful because it can kill you, right? It can kill you and it will kill you, right? So watch out, you guys, for these behaviors. Take it from the counselor. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's really, really serious. I just recently heard yesterday that a younger friend of mine, a friend from the neighborhood, good guy, a really likable person, he died. And I don't know if he died from the corona. His sister died. I don't know if it was the same day or the next day. It could have been the impact of losing her brother, right? But she died. And we have to take care of ourselves. And we have to quit saying, hey, let's have a drink on this one, right? Let's have a smoke out on this one because so-and-so died. Let's pour a little bit out for the brothers and the sisters who are not here, right? But remember, there's a practice in how we do that. There's a practice in passing that same bottle around to everybody where they got the bottle set up. They got the picture of the person on the fence or on the pole. They got the flowers and you got all that. It's like a temporary funeral or something right there on the block, right? With the practice of sharing this, sharing that, sharing the gold weed, the trees, the gorilla glue, sharing and sharing and sharing the poison, sharing the disease, sharing the corona. Watch out. Watch out, please. Let's love ourselves in a whole nother way, right? We're going to be able to hug again. We're going to be able to come together again. And we can still come together, but we got to be careful when we come together. Wear your protective stuff that you need to carry. Wash your hands regularly. Wipe stuff off. Quit bringing germs from outside to inside. Spray your environment down, right? And let's stay clean, right? Let's stay clean. Don't allow the practice of this to stop you from doing that. Don't allow the practice of, oh, I want to smoke some crack, so I'm not going to take a bath, for about 2 months. Stop that kind of practice. Let's get back to the clean practice. Cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So we got to stay clean. We got to stay prepared. We got to stay right, right? And I also suggest that you have a purpose in life, because I think this thing is really connected to God in so many ways, right? Have a purpose in life. I believe a life without a purpose is a life not worth living. So if we want to keep living, you better think about what kind of purpose you want and find a good purpose. Forget that gangster purpose. Forget that kill them up, rob them, and all that purpose. Let's get our stuff together. That's it for yours truly, the counselor. Thank you for attending my group.